What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content that we have coming out. Now, with this video, we're going to be jumping into Justice League Last Ride, issue number 5. Now, if you haven't been keeping up with this line, be sure to check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything that has been going on in this line. Written by the amazingly talented Chip Zdarsky, he has just been absolutely killing it with this Justice League run and many other things throughout DC Comics. Not only that, he's been working on stuff with Marvel as well. He really is just a huge, versatile writer that has been doing some amazing works when it comes to comic books. In our last issue, we left off with Superman and Flash currently protecting Lobo. But on the horizon, Brainiac with an army of manhunters were on their way. The only thing is, this isn't simply Brainiac, because what we're seeing is Hank Henshaw, aka Cyborg Superman, taken over by Brainiac, leading this army. And out in space, we currently have Wonder Woman and John Stewart taking on Mongol and his armada. And with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into issue number 5 of 8, we are picking up with Superman and the Flash. With Superman letting Flash know exactly what is headed in their direction. They jump into action and he tells the Flash, Maneuver 39. And Superman flying up to the sky, he comes down and he comes down with a fury. With the Flash working behind him, whirlwinding as fast as he can possibly go, shooting all of this dust, all of these rocks, all of this debris directly towards this army headed towards them. Now, obviously, this isn't going to stop them. This is merely going to slow them down. And with all of these forces, these bounty hunters, everything descending upon them, Superman says that they're going to need some help and they're going to need it soon. And over at the command center, we have Hal Jordan and we have Batman. Hearing this distress call, Batman gets to work trying to get into the system. He does it by having Hal Jordan power it up, and he goes to crack the code. Not being able to do it before, he knows that he could do it this time. And his goal is to be able to open up some boom tubes and really shoot these guys across the universe. And while all of this is going on, Hal Jordan, he looks over his shoulder to see what appears to be some kind of doorway possibly opening up. Meanwhile, up in the stars, we have Wonder Woman, we have Mongol, and we have John Stewart. And we see them beating the crap out of one another. But what is really important here is the dialogue that is going on. Because as it stands, the entirety of the Justice League, they believe Mongol and his armada, they believe that they are here to collect the bounty on Lobo. Now, of course, Mongol, he has no interest in this. He doesn't care about a little bit of cash when all of Apocalypse is up for grabs. Whatever resources are here, that is exactly what they came for. The only thing is, someone led him here. Not saying who, but saying sources told him that there were still vital resources on this planet that could be scavenged. And with them beating the crap out of him, with them kicking him into space because his jetpack is now offline, they get in contact with Superman and let him know that he was sent here by somebody. Now, some may say, even Superman, that Brainiac is above getting into these politics and all of these bounty hunter stuff. But what he is trying to do here is trying to make it look like the United Planets is just ineffective. Make it look like they can't actually take care of things. And with the United Planets no longer being in the good graces of the people, with them no longer having faith in that establishment, that's where Brainiac plans to step in and take over the reins. But it appears that Brainiac is even working with someone himself, saying that he was promised the Justice League's head on a platter. Now back inside, back with Hal Jordan and Batman, Hal Jordan has done his best to fortify this wall, unsure of what this means, unsure of what is on the other side. But they can only assume what is on the other side is definitely not going to be a good day. and getting a glimpse inside. As we look inside of this place, what appears to be some kind of cloning farm. And this is definitely not the clone they wanted to see. Now that's what's going to take us to the past. Currently picking up on Oa, the Guardians on the ground appearing to be dead around Hal Jordan, with Darkseid just laying waste. His main objective is to get the central battery, to take the Green Lantern's power. Once the Green Lanterns are done, the entire universe will be his. And Superman, he made his exit. He took off, leaving Hal Jordan here to fight by himself against freaking Darkseid. But Hal Jordan, he fights the best he can, with Darkseid shooting his Omega beams, going every which direction. Hal Jordan is doing his best to keep up by blocking them with all of his light constructs. But with Darkseid being done toying around with the Green Lanterns, he's going to take what he came to claim. And picking up on Apocalypse, we have Superman arriving, but Superman arrives too late. Martian Manhunter has already sacrificed himself. He did this in an attempt to shut down Apocalypse, and it worked. With Apocalypse shutting down, Superman makes his way over to Batman, and he immediately starts pointing fingers, immediately starts blaming Batman, saying that he killed Martian Manhunter. And of course, Batman logically trying to tell him that that's simply not the case. That Martian Manhunter, he saw an opportunity to save and end all of this right now. And though it took him sacrificing himself, Batman understood exactly what Martian Manhunter was going to do, why he was going to do it, and he was not going to stand in his way. And this is where we see Wonder Woman. She comes to interject to tell them that her sisters are out there dying on the battlefield right this minute. That none of them have time for them to argue and squalor over what happened. That they can mourn tomorrow. That they have a war to fight today. And as they charge onto the battlefield, with Steppenwolf laying waste to Amazons, Wonder Woman, she takes her sword and she drives it right through his back. And as our Trinity, they battle the forces of Apocalypse. Back on Oa, Darkseid is having the central battery within his grasp. Making his way up the staircase, he goes to take its power. Now Hal Jordan, he tries to let him know that he doesn't understand the power that he is messing with. That if he is going to do this, it will very likely kill everybody. And of course for Darkseid, that is the plan. That has always been the plan. And Hal Jordan, he tells him that he's just too blind. That he wants all of this power. That he lacks the willpower, the understanding to understand the consequences of this situation. And with Darkseid beginning to absorb power from the central battery, Hal Jordan refuses to be defeated. He refuses to give up this power to Darkseid. And we see Hal Jordan, he charges in not at Darkseid, but at the battery, hitting it with everything he has. He is attempting to break it, refusing to give Darkseid this kind of power. He'd rather end all of Oa right here and right now. And as he goes charging in, we see the central battery, it starts to crack. And as he makes contact, this is where we see the green mushroom cloud go up into the sky, blasting out in all directions. This very well could be the end of Oa. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. You know, we talked about it in last issue, and outside of the basic idea of me not liking Superman running off and just leaving Oa to Darkseid and everything that he is doing, I have to say Hal Jordan really just getting at it is absolutely amazing. And now we're seeing how he actually fused with the central battery, with a willpower to stop Darkseid from being able to take over this enormous power and end that war. He did the reverse. We can only assume that Hal Jordan, he assumed that he was just going to die, that this was going to be a giant explosion, it was going to take out him, it was going to take out everything on Oa, but Darkseid would not get that power. But in turn, it looks like the central battery is simply fused with him. And that's why we're seeing this super Omega level Hal Jordan working throughout this entire series. And I, for one, absolutely love it. Especially with the lack of Green Lanterns that we're currently getting in the Green Lantern line. With most of the Green Lanterns not having their abilities, it's really awesome to pick up this comic and see Hal Jordan freaking overpowered. And I do like what Chip Starsky's doing with Superman. Though I don't like the idea of him leaving Hal Jordan, I do like seeing this little darker side of him. Not so much to where like he's turning evil, but we're seeing him really react to his emotions. We're seeing Superman, finally give into those emotions, not be able to control them every single moment of every single day. And though in most situations we could see him controlling himself, this is Martian Manhunter we're talking about. We can only imagine the kind of grief and turmoil that Superman and the rest of the league are going through losing Martian Manhunter. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you have not yet, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out, and until the next breakdown.